What's up, everybody? Once again, my name is Matt, and welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. In the last episode, we went back to the Light World, where we quickly picked up a couple of items, then returned here to the Dark World, and got extorted for 110 rupees by the devious monkey Kiki. In this episode, though, since the monkey did open up the entrance to the Dark Palace, what do you say we take on our first Dark World Temple? Now, right off the bat, you'll notice that the entrance there does look very similar to the entrance of the Eastern Palace. But that is where these similarities between these two temples ends. Like, it starts and ends in that room. You'll notice that pretty much all the Dark World temples are a lot harder and also a lot longer than any of the Light World temples. So this is really where the game, like, just removes the baby shoes, if you will, and expects you to run with it. And honestly, I like the Dark World temples a lot more just for that reason alone. Not saying that the Light World temples are bad, it's just that, you know, you can sort of just run through and complete them in only a couple of minutes, whereas these Dark World temples, they're a lot longer, they're way more interesting in, like, the items that you get and the puzzles that you are expected to solve. So, for me, they're sort of more fun to go through just because I do enjoy the puzzle-solving aspect. Now, that's not to say they're perfect, because there are a couple of things you can do in these temples that maybe the developers didn't really expect you to do, and as such, there are ways that you can, complete the temples just a little bit faster and, you know, save a couple of keys here and there without needing to go through the entire temple to collect them. And I kind of want to show those off just because it is kind of cool to do. Anyways, real quick, let's try and get the heck out of here without taking too much damage if we can. There we go. Jeez. Teleporter took its time with that one. Thankfully, there is an anti-fairy in this room, so if we use our magic powder and actually hit it, we might be able to get ourselves a fairy. Come on, dude. There we go. And now we're back up to full HP. Perfect. And, yeah, you'll notice that we're pretty much on the right side of the very second room inside this temple. Now, we're locked in here, but we can easily just, like, move the statue and go back down the middle path because that's exactly where we want to go. I know it seems kind of weird to do this, but, we want to do exactly what we did before. And move, jellyfish. Come on, you're in my way. Alright, you know, I'm just going to damage boost through you because you're being obnoxious right now. But, yeah, like I was saying, so we're going to pretty much repeat what we did before. Bomb this bridge, jump down here, and, if you were paying attention, you may have noticed that there was a locked door on this upper section, and now they have the small key. We can open this bad boy up, and, you want to do this because inside this chest is something very, very important. It is, of course, the big key, so now we can get, like, the chest, and, go directly to the boss, but, there's still, like, plenty to do before we can even get there, so don't you worry, guys. Now, though, we are going to make use of both of these teleporters, but first, let me actually get my magic powder, and maybe I can get myself another fairy here. Gotta be careful, though, because if that thing hits me too many times, it will drain all my magic, but thankfully, we got the fairy, so we're pretty much good to go, although we do want to watch out for these guys. Let's just place a bomb here on the southmost wall, and we should be safe here. Alright, sweet. Don't need any more fairies, so I'm not going to bother, like, turning those anti-fairies back into fairies. Although, there are, like, a couple of more anti-fairies later on in this temple that we will come across that I probably will turn back into fairies, just because if I don't, they're going to be kind of annoying to get around. Anyways, we're going to blow up this right section of the wall. You'll notice that there are a lot of cracked walls in this temple. Most of them don't really need to be blown up, but a couple of them do. Anyways, these enemies in here are kind of like mimicking your movements. So the red ones do the exact opposite of what you do, and the green ones follow you exactly. So killing the red ones is actually a little bit difficult because what you want to do is not that. Alright, okay, good. Thank goodness the other ones did not respawn. But what you want to do is sort of shoot your arrow ahead of time and make them run into it. Although I'm not really setting this up correctly. So, you know, let me try this from the northern section of the room instead. And oh, alright, a little too slow on that one. There we go. And boom, done. So, yeah, killing those guys is a little bit weird, but once you know the trick, it's not too hard to get the timing down. Once you land that first arrow, you should be fine. Alright, can I make it all the way to the end? No! Alright, I swear, it's like impossible to get through this room without taking damage somehow, just because there's those three, like, floating jellyfish enemies, and those blade traps that go back and forth are insane. Alright, so we got the map, and you might think we're done here, but we're not. So real quick, grab your bombs, and just place one right in front of this left weird-looking Cyclops statue and head through here because on the other side, we're going to find a chest with a small key. And now we can do something fun. So if we grab our magic mirror and use it, well, guess what? We'll get teleported back to the entrance of this temple with our small key. Now, is that helpful? Yeah, you do save a lot of time backtracking. But the thing is, the small key that we just got is really only needed to open up an optional door that I'm probably going to skip over by using my mirror again later on anyways. So, not exactly the most useful thing in the world, but hey, now we get an extra key, so that's pretty cool, right guys? It is more about the time save though with that trick more than like anything else, so I may have oversold it just a little bit when I was originally talking about it, because these keys are dungeon specific, so it's not like we can just like take this key and use it in another temple like you could in the original Legend of Zelda game. But, hey, it's still kind of cool to have an extra key, right? You can brag about having an extra key to all your friends, and they'll be like, oh, how'd you do that? And you'll be like, ha, I just used my magic mirror. And then they won't care at all, so they'll probably just stop talking to you. Anyways, enough about my life story. Let's head into this room and, check out this chest, because inside is the compass, and that's important because, you know, it's the compass. Okay, and real talk for a second here, like, this is going to be completely out of left field, but does anyone actually like the compass? Because I know in future Zelda games they sort of combine the map and the compass into one item, and I think that's way better than having like two separate items, because to be honest, I find the compass like incredibly useless. Like, it's almost one of the most useless things in like every Zelda game besides the fairy ocarina, because you use that for like all of 10 seconds before you get the better one. Also, we just got a singular arrow, so I don't know why I'm complaining about the compass. Anyways, though, yes, this is the room where you do make your money back and more for paying Kiki to get inside the temple to begin with. So yeah, now we have up to 300 rupees, which is a lot more than the 110 we paid to actually get in here. Anyways, so at this point I'd like to say we're maybe about halfway done with this temple, although I'm not really too sure because the classic Zelda games structure the temples a lot differently, and I did not mean to place that bomb there. That was a total accident, but not that big of a deal. Like I was saying though, the structure of these older Zelda games, like their temples are done in a very odd way because we're all used to like the modern Zelda formula. So in like the modern Zelda games, you can pretty much always tell when you're at the halfway point because you'll either get like the item from the temple, or you'll have just been like a mini boss or something like that, and that usually tells you that you're pretty close to the halfway point of the temple itself. Whereas in these like classic games, you could get the item from the temple very early on, or fight a mini boss like right before the main boss, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but you know, it's all stuff that could happen in these classic games. But I'm pretty sure we're close to like the halfway point. And speaking of the item from the temple, well, guess what's inside this chest? It is the magic hammer. So with this we can drive down wooden spikes and you know, flip over other enemies that we can find here in the Dark World and stuff like that. One of which we've already seen, but I've sort of been ignoring. So very quickly, let's actually equip our magic hammer because I think it's time to demo this thing. So yeah, these turtle enemies we've been ignoring. Now that we have our hammer, we can flip them over and expose their weak underbellies, which we can attack with our sword. And that's pretty much how you want to deal with these guys. They move like pretty quickly and have very large hitboxes, so it is best to get rid of them. Also, how the heck did that just hit me? That totally hit my shield. Like, I was facing the right direction and everything. I'm calling shenanigans on that one, game. Like, I totally blocked that, but whatever. Alright, can I get rid of a couple of these bouncy enemies real quick? And actually, ooh, can I get that heart? I'm not sure if I can. No, get out of the way! Please, I just want the heart. Alright, whatever. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to get down there fast enough because it already disappeared. So you know what? You're to blame for this, red guy. Just get off my platform. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Can I get a heart game? That would be nice. Hey, there we go. I still need one more, but whatever, I'll take it. Anyways, let's shoot this switch. That way we can lower the blue blocks and enter this section of the temple now. And we are going to want to hit that switch one more time just for something later on. And hopefully I can find a heart in here somewhere. There's a switch that we need to press down, but is there a heart? Yeah, there we go. Perfect. So yeah, that switch that we need to press down needs to be constantly pressed down. So we'll just very quickly move this statue on top of that button. And now we are good to go. And oh yeah, we got another batch of these guys again. Thankfully, the green ones are super easy to kill, so just die, please. Thank you very much. And now I'll go ahead and deal with you. Alright, hopefully I can do this better than last time. Nope, I'm still awful at this. Well, that's good to know. Come on, man. This really should not be that hard for me. There we go. Alright, see, once I get the timing down, it becomes a lot easier. And this is why you wanted to, hit that switch before you came into this room. That way the red blocks would be lower, and you can just walk past that blade trap and shoot this, green Cyclops, which causes the wall to move to the right. Ooh, it's so spooky. Not really, though. It just takes a really long time to finish. Are you done yet? Come on. There we go. Alright, now let's grab our hammer and enter the basement of the temple. It's all scary and dark down here, and there's also a ton of turtles for some reason. I don't know why. And I do want to be a little bit careful down here because, we're getting very close to the boss of this temple, and although the boss itself isn't that hard, it has one attack that does a ton of damage. Like, I think right now it does 3 hearts to us, and it is a projectile-based attack, which sort of, you know, goes off in a bunch of different directions all at once, so it's not exactly easy to avoid. Also, this room is awful. I hate this room with a passion, because there are turtles everywhere. There's like a bunch of them. They're all coming at you, and you have to kill them. Also, I already took damage, so now it's going to be a lot harder because of all my sword lasers, so oh, this is just going swimmingly. This is everything that I didn't want to happen, all happening at once, so that is just great. Okay, seriously? This is actually ridiculous. Alright, there we go. We got one of them. The more we take out, the easier this room does become. There's two, and ooh, a red rupee. I will take that, thank you very much. Alright, I think these are the last 2 or 3, please? Yeah, there we go. Holy crap, I lost 6 hearts during that. That is ridiculous. And like, the worst part is, I really don't think there's any way I can get those hearts back because, we're pretty much on a straight shot to the boss. So unless any of these enemies drop hearts, we're kind of screwed. And those anti-fairies are, like, blocked by a wall, so I can't actually get those. I do have my red potion that I got, and I could use that now, but, I have 4 hearts, so I should be able to survive, like, 1 hit from the boss. So, you know what, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go and do the boss and try and get as much damage as I can without taking any damage. And then if I do get hit, I'll, swap over to my red potion. So here's the boss. For phase 1, what you want to do is get very close to his, like, blue helmet that he's wearing, and just bash it with your hammer. If you hear that little tink sound, you're doing damage to it. It might not seem like it, but you'll slowly chip away at this helmet that is sort of acting as his armor. So once that is gone completely, we can actually start dealing damage to the boss itself. And wow, we're getting very lucky because he hasn't done his stupid, like, fireball attack that I was super worried about. And holy crap, there we go. His armor is gone, so if we can just deal all the damage without, like, him doing that fireball attack. Oh no, there it is. That's, oh my gosh, his tail got me. I was just about to hit the start button to bring up my menu so I could use my red potion. Ah, jeez. It's a good thing we brought the fairy, but, yeah, I'm surprised that, like, the tail of all things actually killed me and not the fireballs. And, well, that was it. Like, we were super close to actually beating the boss with only 4 hearts. Again, like I said, it's a pretty easy boss. It's just a shame that, we got hit at the last second there. But with that, we completed the temple and got ourselves this fancy crystal thing, which is actually the first of the 7 maidens. So, not bad, guys. Not bad at all. Link, because of you, I can escape from the clutches of the evil monsters. Thank you. This world used to be the Golden Land where the Triforce was hidden. But because Ganon, the boss of thieves, wished it, the world was transformed. I'm sure he's intending to conquer even our light world after building his power here. He is trying to open a larger gate between worlds near the castle using our powers. But the gate is not open completely yet. If we 7 maidens come... together, we can break the barrier around Ganon's hiding place. I will tell you where the other girls are held. I believe you will destroy Ganon. I will return to my original form at that time. Do you understand? I do. May the way of the hero lead to the Triforce. Alright, so we rescued the first maiden, kind of. I guess we just like stuck the crystal in our pocket. Man, I wish like I was a split second faster on hitting that pause button. Anyways, though, I think that's a good place to end off this video. So if you guys enjoyed this part, a like rating would be greatly appreciated. If you want to see more, consider subscribing. But once again, guys, my name is Matt. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.